For this case study, we will be focusing on the novel Night by Elie Wiesel and the integration of Holocaust information into a 10th grade honors English class. This unit focuses on the novel Night by Elie Wiesel, which is the adopted California state content. It is English focused and was designed for an honors 10th grade English class. It will take 3 weeks to complete, and it focuses on the 8 major intelligences: verbal and linguistic, interpersonal, naturalist, musical and rhythmic, logical and mathematical, bodily and kinesthetic, intrapersonal, and visual and spatial. The goals of this unit are that students will describe living conditions and daily activities within a concentration camp. The student learning outcomes for this goal are that students will investigate a specific concentration camp and create a visual illustration of life there, and that students will research prisoners who were housed in specific concentration camps and write a biography for one prisoner. The second goal for this unit is that students will identify and examine key themes within the novel Night. The student learning outcomes for this goal are that students will create a Twitter post that highlights specific passages as an example of one theme from the novel, and that students will organize textual examples of each major theme within the novel. They will then complete the Google form and discuss how their answers differed from their peers. The Common Core state standards for this unit are from Reading Standards for Literature and Writing Standards for the 9th and 10th grade students. These state standards focus mainly on identifying a theme within the novel and tracking its development over the course of the work, and analyzing a particular viewpoint from those outside the U.S. The writing standards focus on engaging the reader with a problem, its observations, and its solution, and producing clear and coherent writing in the development, organization, and style that are appropriate to the purpose or task. The technology standards used in this unit are from Creativity and Innovation, which is to create original works as a means of personal or group expression, and from Research and Information Fluency, which would be to locate, organize, analyze, evaluate, synthesize, and ethically use information from a variety of sources and media. The materials used within this unit are the book Night by Elie Wiesel, a video camera or cell phone camera, a student laptop or Chromebook, internet access for research purposes, video editing software such as iMovie, Windows Movie Maker, QuickTime Player, etc., Twitter or social media access, the Holocaust testimonial website and videos, which can be located through the National Holocaust Museum, Google Classroom, Google Forms, major quotes from the novel cut into manipulatives, SoundCloud, Songify, music editing software, access to Weebly, access to SmartDraw, and an overhead projector. The first activity that students will be doing within this unit is the Testimonial Video Project. This project focuses on the intrapersonal intelligence. During this lesson, students will search through the National Holocaust Museum's Holocaust Survivor database and watch 2 separate testimonials. Students will work with a partner to create a video comparing and contrasting their survivors' experiences. They will then write a 1-paragraph generalization about the experiences of all Jews during the Holocaust based on the testimonials they watched and post it in Google Classroom. This project focuses on the intrapersonal intelligence because it requires that students do individual work and internal reflection. The next activity that students will be doing during this unit is the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising mock trial. The objective of this mock trial is to have students prosecute or defend Jews who murdered German soldiers during the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. This is a 2-day activity, and it targets the verbal intelligence. Day 1, students will discuss life in a ghetto. They will be separated into the prosecution or defense teams, and they will work as a group to develop an argument and find evidence online to support their argument. On day 2, the trial will begin. The trial will be moderated by the teacher and argued by the students. Each student will act as a lawyer at some point in the trial and must use evidence to support their claim. The trial will be videotaped, and each student must then respond to one point made in another period's video on Google Classroom. This trial focuses on the verbal intelligence by having students discuss with their group their argument and debate amongst the whole class. The next activity within this unit is the character mnemonic song activity. This focuses on the musical intelligence. Throughout this lesson, students will work with a partner to create a list of the top 10 most important characters within the novel. They will then write a brief description for each. This list and description will eventually become the lyrics for their mnemonic song. Students will choose an instrumental track from the Teacher's Weebly website. They will then use SoundCloud or Songify to add their character list and description into lyrics for their song. They will then transpose it on top of the instrumental track, and when they are finished, they will download it as a WAV file, which can be posted to Google Classroom. For homework that night, students will respond to at least 2 other songs on Google Classroom. This activity focuses on the musical intelligence by having students create lyrics, choose a genre, add background music, and share with a partner. The next activity within this unit is the Twitter Figurative Language Assessment. This activity focuses on the kinesthetic intelligence. During this activity, students will discuss the major themes of the novel as a class. Then, with a partner, they will look at passages from chapters 1 through 6 that use strong figurative language and exemplify a major theme within the novel. Students will then rise and write their passage on the board along with their interpretation of what it really means. Students will post the passage and their interpretation on Twitter, hashtagging #EllieWazelle to join the national conversation about the novel. This activity focuses on the kinesthetic intelligence by having students get up and write the passage on the board and type it into Twitter. The next activity within this unit is the 3D concentration camp project. During this lesson, the teacher will show students photos of concentration camp life and the environment and the layout of an actual concentration camp. Students will talk with a partner about why the Germans structured the camp this way, the layout of the land, the environmental conditions of camp life, and other aspects of camp life. Then, using SmartDraw, students will create a 3D rendering of their own concentration camp. They must include an intake center, dorms for the prisoners, a roll call yard, and dorms for the guards. Students will then write a 1-paragraph explanation about why they built their camp in the way they did and what they learned about German military planning from doing this assignment. This activity focuses on the naturalist intelligence by having students look at photos of the camp environment, which include the wildlife around it, creating a layout of the camp, and how the camp interacts with nature. The next activity within this unit is the Key Themes activity. This focuses on the visual intelligence. Within this activity, students will organize the manipulatives, which are major quotes from the novel cut out by the teacher beforehand, into groups by theme. The students will then access a Google form and transcribe their quotes into the appropriate theme box. The teacher will project the results of the form, and students will discuss the differences between their results and those of their peers. This focuses on the visual intelligence by having students read quotes, organize manipulatives, place the quotes in a Google form, and viewing the responses of others on the board. The next activity within this unit is the essay assessment. This focuses on the logical intelligence. The activity students will research the way that Jews were treated in Europe as they were rounded up for placement in concentration camps. They will then research the current emigration of Muslims from Middle Eastern countries. Finally, they will write an essay comparing the flight of Muslims to that of Jews during World War II. They will use their research as evidence to support their claim that either Muslims are or are not today's Jewish problem. This focuses on the logical intelligence by organizing research and evidence, constructing a logical essay, and creating essay cohesion. The final activity within this unit is the WebQuest activity. This focuses on the interpersonal intelligence. This is a multi-day activity and can last as long as 3 to 5 days. Within this lesson, students will be divided into groups of 4. They will then be assigned a role in World War II society, either a German soldier, Jewish prisoner, Jewish resistance fighter, or a sympathetic German citizen. Students will then choose their duty assignment within their group. Each student will complete an assignment associated with their duty assignment listed on the teacher's Weebly page. They will create a product that they will be sharing with the class via this duty assignment. Students will work with their group to create a video that explains what life was really like as a person in their role during the Holocaust. Students will then present their video and their individual work to the class. This focuses on the interpersonal intelligence by having students participate in group discussion, working as a team to create a video, and to having the group present to the class. The products of this unit are many. Within the testimonial video project, students will create a video testimonial comparison and write a one-paragraph generalization about the Jewish experience. Within the Warsaw Ghetto mock trial, students will participate in the trial. They will present in a video, and they will form responses on Google Classroom to at least one point from another period's video. Within the character mnemonic songs, students will create a song about the main characters and their meanings. Then they will respond to at least 2 other songs on Google Classroom. Within the Twitter figurative language assignment, they will identify 2 passages with figurative language and interpret them as to their importance to a theme within the passage. They will post the passage and the interpretation on the board, and they will post it on Twitter as well, joining the national conversation about the novel. Within the 3D concentration camp assignment, students will create a 3D concentration camp layout and write one paragraph explaining why they laid it out as such and what they learned about German military planning. Within the key themes activity, students will group the manipulatives by theme and complete the Google form. Within the essay assessment, students will write an essay connecting the plight of Muslims today with those of the Jews in World War II. And finally, within the web quest, students will develop one of the following: a video about the lives of German soldiers in the SS, a book about a Holocaust survivor's life before and during the Holocaust, a blueprint of a ghetto, one-page battle plan, and a letter to a resistance fighter's families about why they joined the resistance, a poster on how the group will hide a Jewish family in their home, and notes from each individual duty assignment. Overall, this unit incorporates all the major intelligences as we enrich student lives with the novel Night by Elie Wiesel and information about the Holocaust and its importance within history.